Let me see. Oh, fuck it. It'll be alright. NAND upgrade on a 6 Plus. On YouTube live stream. And you.
Chris.
Fuck you, Micah.
Chris. Have your balls not dropped yet?
No. Soon though. I have far too many balls on here. Alright, gentlemen. We must go outside, gentlemen. Outside. 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 Come on. Come on.
I'm an outside cat. Look at me.
Meow.
Meow.
Meow. I'm an outside kitty. Live stream's gonna be like, what? There's nobody in here yet, I don't think, anyway. Let's see. Oh, somebody's in there. God damn it, Douglas. Douglas saw us. He's like, what the fuck's this?
I'm an outside cat.
I'm an outside cat. Meow. Oh, fuck me. Get out of there. Thank you. No. Thank you. This is the hardest part. Keeping my balls in line.
It is hard for an outside cat to keep his balls in line.
Exactly. Mikey, you're weird.
Weird as shit.
And all of YouTube knows it now.
Weird as shit.
All is well, Joe. Thank you. Douglas is just watching us be fucking weirdos.
Douglas just wish he'd be an outside cat.
Micah, I ever tell you weird shit, man? Alright. Hopefully my balls don't go flying. This is a no ball flying zone. I only have space for melting balls. Come on, boys. Take your seats. Take your seats, boys. There we go. There we go. Come on. Everybody in on the party. Yeah. One party down. On to the next party. The big boys. Big boy. I'm a big boy.
I'm a big boy, man.
There's some early viewers this morning.
Boys up.
I'm gonna do 2 streams today. I told Paul I would do one later today. Paul is currently sleeping, so he's a time traveler. He's on the other side of the world. Being a time traveler. Place the balls in the hole. So I'm hand reballing the NAND because I have had better luck out of hand reballing these with pre-mades than I have the paste. So you must adapt in this industry, and I am adapting. As you can tell, my desk is not fucking evidently outside cat. You can tell my desk is not level because these solder balls like to roll downhill. Downhill rollers. Alright, we need 4 balls. Look at that. That one rolled perfectly into place. And 1 there. And 1 there. Get off my tweezers. Thank you. Maybe 1 more. Alright. Let's see. What did I walk into? Mark, you don't want to know. I can wake him up. Sleep, what's that? 4:30 here, not early. My hot air, my iron temp. Well, my iron temp is set to 750, which means absolutely nothing because yours will be different. and my hot air, that's 750 degrees Fahrenheit, and my hot air currently is set to 330 degrees Celsius for reflowing these balls, which means absolutely nothing because your system will be different than mine. So, hey, Paul's alive. Holy shit. Paul, go to sleep. It is far too early in the morning, sir. Alright, balls. Get melty. I don't need to see full melt here. I just need it at least to take to the pad. That way I can reflow it with flux. Once we reflow it with flux, it'll shape up properly. What's impressive, Paul? O1H29 here. What?
What is
1 a.m.
You're talking Australian.
Maurice, the larger pads, I put a larger solder ball on. So they should be fairly close to the same size. I've had good luck out of these sizing. I actually got it from Larry Johnson, told me what size he used. So
Larry Johnson.
Larry told me his ball size, and I believed him. This NAND is off of another iPhone that was iCloud locked. So we're going to end up reprogramming this NAND with the information from my 6 Plus. Hopefully I don't fuck it, but if I do, it's a risk that I accept, because if I can get the NAND upgrade down, that's an easy way to increase profits, because I can just take 16 gig models and make them whatever fucking size I want. I need to get a programmer for the 6S so I can do those too, but morning, Duncan.
Top of the evening to you.
Top of the evening to you. Chip chip cheerio.
You guys want to come over and have some scaves?
You want to come over and have some sketty hoops? I'll scrub my balls, make sure they're clean. Gotta have clean balls if you want to impress the ladies. Alright, so fairly even all the way across. They are small, but they are effective, because this has seemed to work every time.
Big as grapefruits.
Big as grapefruits, as Micah says. But as you can see, this is a SanDisk, and the size designation, turn it down a little bit, is right here, 128 gigabyte. The SanDisks are the only ones that, there might be one other, but I think they're the only ones I know that have the actual size written on them. Paul said, I got an iPhone 4S 16 gig. Can you upgrade that to 32? If you want to pay for it, I guess. So I'm going to make sure that this chip still reads properly, which I don't see why it wouldn't, but we'll just check to make sure. iCloud unlocking, there is ways to do it with Wi-Fi devices. Alright, this is reading as 129.37 gigabytes of storage space. We'll make sure it reads. Their only option for phone unlocks is the extremely expensive iCloud unlock services, which are like $200 and something. Alright, so this reads. I'm happy with that. We don't need that information, so it doesn't matter. What was it?
I'm good.
What was it?
I don't know yet. It's one of the cameras, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm plugged both.
But does it get service?
Let's find that out.
But do it get service though?
I don't know yet.
iPhone chop. Maybe. Maybe it is. You want to fight about it?
Look at that service.
Alright, just check it because he said it went out. Alright, so let's unplug our antennas. We need to back that one up while it's on, just in case it fails again.
Okay.
So just, if you can.
Alright, Chris.
If you can, Micah.
Chris, I'll have you know I'm outside.
I'll have you know, I only cried once during The Lion King.
And it wasn't even when Mufasa died.
Yeah. Wasn't even when Mufasa died.
Well,
Which makes it even worse.
They just got a whole bunch of
Porn.
text and porn text. And
Porn text.
porn text.
Is the stream stuttering? If I'm having frame drop or something, let me know. It's currently in the yellow, so I don't know if I have to up my bitrate on Open Broadcaster or what, or if my internet's just not fucking keeping up, which is quite possibly the reason why. Alright, so what I'm doing right now, you have to cut the underfill around this chip, which is usually on all three sides. If you heat that underfill, it will come off easier. Alright, sorry about that. Customer was here. Pulled the pad, but it was an NC pad, so we're good.
Oh no.
That'll happen every now and then. You'll pull an NC pad, but it probably was because I got a little hasty trying to get the chip off. But it came off clean. We'll have to clean up the area here in a second. I'm going to read this chip and see if it's still working correctly, which it should be. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but let's see if we have to clean it up first or if we can just read it. It reads it. Let's go ahead and do a full read on it. Okay. Alright, so I'm reading the serial and everything. It's got our Bluetooth and Wi-Fi address and all that information. So now I'm going to take out our old chip, which is our 16 gigabyte NAND. I'll hold on to this because I use them on Wi-Fi iCloud locked iPads. We'll take our reballed 128 gig chip and we'll drop it into the stencil, and then we'll hit write. Okay, now reread the chip and make sure it matches. Alright, and now it matches the serial number that we had before. And now we have a 128 gig NAND. And now I need to clean my area here. I got to take all this off. So first things first, I always like to put down a nice layer of leaded solder to help clean this area more efficiently. And my microscope's completely out of focus as always. Man, it is just fucking not focusing today at all. It is hating life. There, that'll help a little bit. Now it's out of focus for me though. Alright, let's set this. Alright, hopefully that's better. Sorry guys. What are we talking about in chat? That fucking guy. Where the fuck is my mouse? Come down here. What are y'all talking about? Fume extractors?
Power's on now, and both cameras work, so I need to do a backup on this.
Yep. Mikey, you need to do a backup on that. Alright, so let's clean out our slag in here. NAND upgrade, OMGZs. Alright, so you know what's funny is I'm sitting here doing this and like fretting over it, and there's somebody in China somewhere sitting in one of those malls that's doing this for $40. There is actually places in China in those electronic malls where they do it for literally, I think it came out after conversion, it's $45 or something like that. But oh man, I gotta order more wick. I'm out. Shit.
Damn, Chris, we got this goot wick for you.
I'll throw the goot wick in the trash. I didn't even realize we were low. I didn't check. I could buy some more. I'll buy like 600 rolls of it. What's up, Scott? Alright, so I'm gonna wick my pads down after I saturate it with lead from my iron. I'm trying to be very gentle here. I don't want to press too hard and lift the pad or scrape away any of the board coating or anything like that. The number one thing that I think people have trouble with, if you're decent at pulling them, and I had troubles with it, is one being the reballing needs to be level, but if you scrape too hard, you'll expose copper, and then you cause shorts under the chip when you place it back down.
How do I do it?
I just need a better camera in general. I feel bad though because this camera is fucking like $300 and something and it's just a piece of shit evidently. So I feel like I've wasted $300. I take that back. It's not a piece of shit. It just doesn't do how I think it should. It's a decent camera. I just feel like there's cameras on the market that perform better that cost the same amount. Maybe that's my own fault for relying on USB instead of just getting a HDMI model and doing a capture card with it.
How do I do a backup here? It just brings up the screen saying welcome to your new phone. I don't want to do set the new phone or restore from backup.
You have to set up as a new phone.
Okay.
It doesn't erase it.
Oh, okay, I thought that's pretty cool.
Alright. So I'm going to turn my temp down a little bit and my airflow down a little bit. Because we're not trying to reflow the board now. We're just trying to clean up underfill. So the underfill cleanup, I just use a curved X-Acto blade, and once it starts to heat the underfill, you can scrape it off. May need a new blade. This one's kind of torn up on the end. We'll see how it acts. It seems to be cleaning okay so far. I'm trying to keep from really heat soaking the board here just because heat is an enemy, especially to underfilled items that can be under these other shields. As you can see, the underfill comes off fairly easy when you apply a little bit of heat. Alright, so that looks fairly good. There's a few spots here in the center that we can clean up a little more. Alright, that should be good enough. I'll let that cool off some. What's up, John? Alright, so that's fairly clean. Let's get our toothbrush of doom with a little bit of acetone on it. I've still got a little bit over here that I don't want it to be raised like that. So I'm going to come in and clean that up. Okay, so that's good. Now we'll come in with a Q-tip here. Was it a prepaid cheapo phone?
Mm-hmm. The screen was all busted up. LCD was too.
Oh, nice. Here, I got a $50 phone, man. You want to give me $60 for it? It's just got a broken screen. It works fine, bro. Alright. So, I'm just going to continue. The underfill needs to be knocked back pretty well. You don't want it to interfere with anything. I'm just going to scrape away at the underfill here. Just like everywhere else, as soon as it gets warm, it pretty much just flakes away. I wish this underfill was... Well, I take that back. The underfill up around the FPCs is much more enjoyable than this. But this underfill comes off fairly easy. There's some that's just really fucking hard and it just doesn't want to come off. Alright, I don't want to be too much of a perfectionist here. But I do want to make sure that I have a nice clean area that's not going to cause any type of seating issues. Alright. I'm confident with that. That's fairly smooth. Sorry I'm not keeping up with chat. If there's anything important, just tag me in it. Let's see, talk of different microscopes. I think if a lot of people, I started out with one similar to the SE400 series. It's a good scope. There's nothing wrong with it. I just think if you've got the money to invest up front, it's better to get a different scope, just because you'll end up spending twice the money in the long run by getting a cheaper model and then upgrading later and buying a more expensive model. But I did the same thing. I didn't have a whole lot of cash flow at first, so I bought a cheap scope and put it on and or used it and didn't have an issue with it. So it definitely can be used, but if you have the capital up front to spend, I would recommend going ahead and getting a better scope. Alright, so I'm gonna have to kind of do this off camera a little bit because I need to be directly over my chip while I'm reflowing here, just to make sure that my heat is even. Alright, that should be reflowed. We'll let that cool. This process does involve a lot of heat on the board, so it always bugs me. I'm not like super nervous about it, but it's always something that's in the back of my mind. Especially since you're talking like PMIC is right here. Tristar's right here and it's underfilled, which is even more of a pain in the dick. Tigris is right here. Your baseband PMIC is right here. Like, there's just a lot of stuff close by. CPU's on the opposite side of the board, not too far away, so. Alright, so let's clean this up. Alright, so I'm fairly confident that NAND is in place. Let's check. We can check the power caps. around NAND to see if we have any shorts. So we'll check those. Okay. They all seem good. The 1.8 and the 3 volt lines all seem right. Let me see that housing. 6 plus housing. Alright, so when I plug this back in, this device will go directly into DFU recovery because the new NAND. So what we should see is once I plug it in, it should say device in recovery mode, and then should prompt me to restore it. If it doesn't, then we got some other issues. I don't know how charged this battery is, so I may run into an issue right away with that, but Micah's leaving screws in the phone.
Do you want those screws in or out of the phone?
There's screws probably stuck to the underside of this. Yep. More screws in the phone.
You let those screws in.
Oh yeah? Alright, so hook this up. I probably need to get a screen that's not completely fucked so that the home button is hooked up. This one, I think the touch is fucked up on it, but at least we can hook up the home button. Actually, no, I can't do it on this one. That cable's ripped. Do we have a 6 plus screen with the long flex on it? Or do we have a 6 plus long flex? Where's the folder?
The folders are underneath the hole. Just let me get this one screwed in.
Alright. I can use the screen and just use the different long flex.
Here you go.
Alright, what are you? There we go, 6 plus. Pretty sure these are 6 plus. They look like 6 plus. I forgot I need to charge the... Fuck, I left it at home.
What?
My charger.
Oh no.
We'll just hook it up to the DC power supply. Let it charge. Hopefully it'll charge. Have you messaged Seth yet?
Not yet, no. I'm working, Chris.
Well,
I'll get a tally.
message Seth. It's more important.
Huh?
Message Seth. It's more important.
You can message along. Let's dump this back together.
Right.
Right back to that. Do a screen count and mess this up.
Alright, so plug it in our long flex here. He's got a question for you. Is there a fix for 6 plus no service?
Yeah.
If you want to look at my previous video, I did exactly that, but I'm not going to promise you that it's going to last. So if you do it and then it comes back, don't say I didn't warn you. Now, how does the button plug in? I gotta think backwards here. Hopefully without destroying this cable. Alright, so home button is plugged in. Let's see here. In theory, this should restore. SIM tray's out of it, so can't do anything there. Alright, so moment of truth, battery's plugged in. Alright, computer sees it. Let me open iTunes and I'll switch over to the other view. It says installing device drivers. Alright, so switch to the other view. Alright, it says it has detected an iPhone in recovery mode. So we're one step closer to having a NAND upgrades. Doesn't mean that we've been successful yet, because the successful part will come with the upgrade. Man, why is it taking so long to install this device? I hate when it does that, because then it's going to cause an error on restore. Fuck you. We're going anyway. 6 Plus, so it knows what the phone is. Let's see if we have to download the software. Yep, we do. Because there's a new upgrade to the software, and you have to download it. Can't do a minor update, you have to download the entire firmware. So it's going to take 7 minutes, so we'll chat in chat. Alright, finally installed the Apple Mobile USB device driver. Let's see. Yeah, it's clean. Too clean. I think it's refurbished. Which one's refurbished? Working on updates currently. Just so to get low priority. Adding OBB to distro. Y'all are talking programming shit. I have no idea about that stuff. What the fuck is this? I don't want to help me. Get out of my face. Alright, so we got 6 minutes left on the firmware download. Bellwickers didn't have to DFU the 4S. As soon as I plugged it in, let me upgrade. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Paul. If you do a regular update, it'll keep all the data. That's what I was suggesting to you. If you put it in recovery mode, you can do the update still. You don't have to put it in DFU. Don't send me all these phones. I don't know what my success rate will be. This one hasn't turned on, so for all we know, it's completely fucked. Which there is a chance of that. We'll know in 5 minutes plus restore time. Someone in China needs to talk to the makers of the Navi Plus and tell them that they need to come out with a 6S optional upgrade with software update so that I can read success NANDs. Four minutos. Manillies. Badillies. We're at 43 minutes. The guys in China are probably laughing like, I do this in 5. Like watching this video like, stupid American. We can do this so much faster. Send them an email, they like the challenge. I need to send them an email so I can source some parts out of China. I know there's cheaper options there for what I'm buying at times, so I needs the cheap parts. you watch the video of the guy that went to China and built the 6S? Yeah, I watched it, Mark. I mean, it's... I don't know why anybody is, like, surprised that you can do that. I mean, you're talking about a market that is flooded with parts because they're literally in the same city as the parts manufacturers. And Shenzhen is a gigantic tech market. So, I mean, honestly, I could do the same thing in the US. It just wouldn't be as easy because not everything is in the same location. But I mean, he didn't build the motherboard. He didn't do anything crazy. He just took a motherboard and put it in a housing that had a battery in it. Yeah, they do things fairly quickly there. I mean, that's true. There's really skilled people in China. I would love to learn from some of them. Anthony, yes, I've worked on a G4 boot loop. The issue seems to be the SoC, which is the system on chip, aka the GPU, CPU, RAM. There's a guy on the forums that went to the extreme of reballing one and putting it back together. Honestly, I don't see the value in it because the phones are so cheap. What I do is normally just heat the CPU up a little bit. Like, you don't want to get it to like solder melting temperatures, but enough that the underfill will kind of flex. And when that underfill will flex a little bit, it'll reconnect for a temporary amount of time, and you can get the data off. Yeah, Mark, I agree. The skill and stuff of those people it's pretty crazy. I mean, if you grow up around it, and that's the market that you're in, and parts are cheap. That's the thing. Like, parts are much cheaper there, so it makes it easier to be more experimental, I guess. Like, when I'm working on a board, I'm worried, like, if I fuck it up, I mean, shit, it's going to cost me as much as another phone to buy a good board. In China, what did he pay for his? Like 400 yen? Or something like that. It wasn't very expensive. G4, Anthony, I believe you can do an eEMC read on those. I think they use an eEMC that's readable. The newer, I think the G5 and the newer ones use a different type of eEMC. I don't know if there's a reader for them yet. Alright, so 12 seconds left on this download. I want to switch back over to that view so you all can see it. What's up, TCRS? We're about to watch a restore, which is boring for everyone. And hopefully this works. And then hopefully after, if it does restore, hopefully after it restores, the phone works properly. Okay, Anthony. Sounds good. I guess I could put myself on this screen in the corner. Let me open up Open Broadcaster here. Alright, so let's add me. Woohoo! Will make me small in the corner. I have to stay in the corner, guys. Alright. So let's see if that works. It's extracting the software now. Dr. Wage Gap. Paul. Jess has got a lot more expendable money. I'll give her that. I don't have the income level that she does. I wish I felt confident enough to charge as much as she does, because I just don't think that my market would support it at all. She gets a lot of mail in, and I guess if you build a reputation, you can do that. Alright, so we got an Apple logo. Let's see if we get a loading bar, if we get an error. Up. Got an error. That sucks. So we got 4014 error, which means the NAND is not talking to something correctly. Let's try it one more time just to make sure that it wasn't a software issue. Or a possible, like, sometimes when they're doing the disconnect reconnect, they try to install drivers and it'll cause issues. So we're gonna hope that that's not the case. Worst case scenario, try reballing the NAND and putting it back on. Alright, so let's see.
System message.
Okay.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette and then I'm gonna pull the frame on that. And
Okay.
swap frame and shit on it.
So we wait again to see what happens. Really hoping that I don't have to fucking mess with it more, but oh well. If I do, I do. My Mondays suck. iPhone 6 in boot loop, under the scope, 3 hours, can't find anything, it's causing it. And if they're bent, you may have a disconnect or something. Bent phones suck because they cause issues. You didn't get to see the balls on this NAND? The balls looked good. I would assume that they're good. If it does it again... Well, I mean, it immediately went to error 4014 that time. That was weird. Let's try that again. Did it shut off? No, it didn't shut off. I've never seen one error out that fast. Man, stressful. So this was a good 6 Plus that I bought for $50. The people just didn't care. It was iCloud unlocked and checked it. It's clean IMEI. So I was trying to get fancy with it. But I may have put myself in a hole. It's alright though. We'll pull NAND and recheck it. Could easily just be a solder ball connection that's not good. Maybe I need to reflow it again. Tap on the chip a little bit. We'll find out here in a second. Later, John. Alright, Apple logo's on the phone. Please work. Oh, we got the loading bar. Come on, baby, restore. Fuck. Turned off again. Error 9 this time. Man, this is weird. It's all over the place. I don't know why it would be error 9. We'll try again. Error 9 is usually a NAND issue, but it can also be Tristar. That's the only thing that I worry about is that Tristar gets too warm sometimes and causes like solder bridging under the chip. But sorry, this portion is probably boring to watch. Me extracting software over and over and trying to restore. But error 9 gives me more hope than error 4014. Error 9 means that there's just probably a data communication issue. Which could be as simple as just the solder ball is not connected well. Come on, restore. Please work. Ask the internet for luck. Come on, internet. Give me luck. Give me luck, internet. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. Preparing iPhone for restore. Waiting for iPhone. Apple logo. Oh, immediately off. 2003 now. What the fuck is going on with this thing? Man, I'm getting some random fucking errors. I don't think I've ever seen 2003. Restore phone. Restore. Has anybody ever seen error 2003? Let's see if that's even an option on here. Nope, that's not even a fucking option here. Try restore again. Muhammad, I've usually had good luck with the first restore on NAND swap, so this one's weird. I've never seen it change errors so many times. Yeah, I've never heard of a 2003 error. We'll see what happens here in a second.
What do you think of this guy? He looks pretty clean.
Oh yeah, looks good to me. Bad USB cable. I know it's not the cable. It could be the charge port. This phone, I don't know the past history of it, so.
So that said the screen should be delivered tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
That's what he said.
Okay. Like she's bringing them here tomorrow?
He said delivered, so yeah.
Alright, message Ashley and tell her she didn't have to go up there. Come on, baby. Please. Please, I got a loading bar. Fuck. Error 9. Nope, 4014 again. Alright, I'm gonna pull the board on this thing. This thing's doing some loopy shit. I think I just fucked this cable. No, this cable's still good. No, I did fuck this cable. Oh, that long flex is dead. Let me try. Let me see if I can do this outside of the frame. But just the board, new port. I want to eliminate any possibilities here real quick. I feel like the being so random, like there's something not right about it. I would use the 3U tool thing, but it's fucking sporadic as shit sometimes. Can you ask Ashley to bring my charger from the house that is upstairs plugged into the wall? Because this one ain't working.
Where's it plugged in at?
Behind the nightstand by the bed. Let's get a different charging port. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. Alright, so I'm gonna plug in my DC power supply directly to the phone. That way we can eliminate any possible battery problems that might occur here. It should be running off USB power, but just to make sure, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my new charging port. If this does the same error, I'll go ahead and pull the I'll pull the NAND back off. Alright, so one more time on restore, and then we'll dick with the NAND again.
What do I do with that phone?
Looks like it fixed it for data. Oh, sweet, cool, man. Yeah, get it off as soon as you can, because that shit will fucking crash again. Alright, Paul. See you, man.
See you, dog. Go to bed.
What the fuck?
That's the song about
Everybody on live stream's like, what the fuck, man? This shit sucks. We got 30 viewers. I think that's the most we've ever had.
Yeah, Chris, 30
Well,
viewers.
29 now.
29, yeah, so you just lost one.
Paul left. Fucking Paul.
left. Fucking Paul Daniels.
Oh god, Anthony, that optimizing apps shit will take forever. Just what I do is try to keep the, like, as soon as the phone is booted and ready to roll, like, get it off. I do that with even like water damage stuff too. Like, you can get a phone turned on and working, and then it'll die later. Anthony, can you charge the battery external to the phone so it's not putting power to the board? What's up, Bobby? Alright. Oh, and fucked up again. Alright, so gotta pull it apart. Let's see here. So we're getting 4014. So let's put it back in the jig, and I'm gonna reflow it again. This time I'll put a little pressure on the NAND just to make sure that it sits down like it should. The balling is small enough under it. I don't think it's going to really bridge anything if I tap on it, so I'm not worried about that too much. Let's get some flux in here. Alright, so let's reball or reflow this NAND again. Alright, so that's reflowed. We'll let it cool. Then we'll retest it.
Hey Chris, can I see the green toolkit?
Woo! NAND's warm. That NAND is hot, hot, hot. Let's see if we have any shorts. Seems okay. Okay, so it's sitting a little lower to the board now, so maybe we had a solder connection issue. We'll hope. Fingers crossed that's what it was. Alright, so let's try this again. Call her pink because she has obsession with pink. She drains energy. Yeah, there's customers like that. Alright, so let's put power back into this board. Let's plug her in. Alright, so attempt number 645. Oh, that won't work. Fucking power rail came off. Extracting software. What is my battery doing here? Plugged in, not charging. Ah, fuck you. I'll have to reseat the battery. It's pretty loose. We spent almost as much time trying to restore as we have fucking working on this thing. Come on, restore.
Come on, Benny.
Alright. What happens? Fuck. Damn it, error 9. Why the fuck are we getting error 9? Alright. We'll try it again. Error 9 is NAND, but it could be Tristar also. So I may do Tristar next just for the fuck of it. Because I know that area got pretty warm, and that chip being underfilled can cause some issues. We'll try one more restore, and then I'm going to do Tristar, and then I'm fairly confident on the NAND placement being right, and that it's not bridged to anything, obviously, so it should be working. I mean, unless somehow I fuck the NAND while placing it. I had a suggestion from one of my viewers. They sell these little pieces of flex that you can buy, that allow you to solder one side to the NAND placement on the board and then solder the other side to the NAND itself with through hole like they do for the charging fluxes. And he said he uses those to do NAND upgrades by just putting that on and then folding it over and taping it down, and it's less stressful, which I could see that. The only thing is, I mean, maybe space is kind of shitty, but it would definitely eliminate any type of issues with the solder connections being a problem, and it would be less intrusive because the heat that you would apply would be less. So I don't know, I may consider it. Yeah, that sounded weird. No, same thing. Now it's 4014. Alright, so I'm going to try Tristar just to eliminate that from the equation. It could be it. It probably isn't, but we'll check and make sure. I'll have to switch to a smaller nozzle probably. So let's look at Tristar here. I don't know. Tristar doesn't look terrible. There's no like popped out solder balls over here, but we'll replace it anyway. It should be fairly easy to replace, so. We'll see if we can do it with the larger tip. Come on. Alright. So Tristar is off. Let's clean our underfill out here. What would make an interesting video? Scott? Okay, good, Duncan. Make sure everything's working on it and stuff. Should be fine though. But just check it. Alright, so let's clean up our flux here. Need to refill my acetone, I'm almost out. Alright, so our area is cleaned up there. Let's get a new Tristar. Tristars on there. Let's place it. So Tristar's oriented like this. Well, if I keep flipping it around. Alright, so we'll put some flux down. Place our chip in place. Close enough. Well, if I can stop tapping it too far. There we go. Damn it. Go back. Okay. Alright. That should be placed well. Yep, it's level. Let's cool this off. Yeah, they do make the NAND replacements look like cake. I mean, if you do enough of them, it is. If you get in the rhythm of doing things, like, you can get really good at them to where it's second nature. That's one of my goals, honestly, with these. I would like to keep doing them. That way it becomes just a normal thing. It's not something crazy. Yeah, I want to be able to pump NANDs out. Pump them out. So now let's recheck this. If this is still doing it, we'll pull the NAND. I've got another 128 gig NAND here that we'll try. If that all fails, we'll try putting the 16 gig NAND back on. And if that fails, I just have to eat my $50 loss. All $50 of it. I think we've already scavenged the screen for it anyway. I think it's over there with that other phone. Racked about 25 darn boards. You gotta figure out your temperatures. Once you figure that temperature out, they all tend to come off fairly easy. I can pull the NANDs in pretty consistent fashion and not have any issues. Most of my issues come when I place it back on the board. For some reason, I just have trouble with some of them. Alright, so it's extracting software right now. Nope, still the same thing. So it's not Tristar, so it's definitely NAND related. So I'm going to pull NAND back off and check and see what's going on under it. Maybe we have like maybe a connection that's not good or something. I don't know. I would suspect that my connections are probably good under it. but we'll go ahead and pull it. I'll reprogram my other NAND that I have here and reball it, and we'll see. Try to do this under the scope so y'all can see it. It's kind of hard to do, but I'm almost wondering, I don't think that NC pad would cause any issues. I kind of scraped around the edge a little bit and kind of exposed some copper, but I don't think that's a problem. Let me try just pressing this chip down to the board and then letting it cool. Okay, press the NAND to the board. If there's going to be shorts, they'll occur now. Now that I've pressed it down. Yeah, the NAND's sitting flush against the board now. But I've also had luck in times where pressing it against the board, if there's like a small gap or something's not right, it'll force the solder down on itself. We can check and see if we got shorts. If we do, then we'll have to undo it. Okay, so we got a short on that cap there. So yeah, we'll have to pull it. Alright, so let's pull that chip off the board. I'm going to reread it with the NAND reader and see if it'll read. If it does, then I have a feeling that my issue is probably the solder connection. So that, or I've heated something on the board somewhere else too much and caused issues. Let's try a reflow first. I'm trying everything without having to get rid of this chip or pull it. I'd rather not. If it'll work, I'd rather keep it on there. Let me push this back out of the way, it's hard to do. Alright, try it again. I don't think the NAND's getting too hot, no. I've pulled a lot of them at this temperature and not had any issues, so. I mean, the NAND reads fine whenever I put it back on the chip reader after they're all said and done, so I don't suspect that there's damage to them. Yeah, I've had issues with this too, Neil, without doing upgrades also, so that's what I'm trying to work out. Like, I'm not perfect at these, and I want to get better at them, so putting this time in is is key. I mean, this may not be successful. I may have to just call it. I don't know. But if it's not successful, no big deal. You don't have to preheat the iPhone boards. They're not anywhere near as thick as MacBook boards are. iPhone boards, I use temperature between 50 to 70 degrees Celsius lower than I do on MacBook boards. MacBook boards are much thicker and take up a lot more heat. What do you have, a 6S? Here, see if this will work. It might be it. Alright, let's see what happens. Will it fail?
Yep, that's it. Wrong color though. Close enough color. Let's see if I can keep looking and see if I can find one that's the same color.
No, still doing the same error, 4014.
Damn, Chris, I feel like that guy that made the YouTube video where he built his own phone.
That's you, Micah. You are that guy.
I am that guy. I went all the way to China to get some parts out. I probably got all those parts right here in this bag.
Yeah. Party part phones?
Party part phones.
Who are you nervous for, Muhammad? Me? Yeah, there's a possibility this NAND's faulty. We got another one though. We'll try it out.
I'll look back and see if I can find the SIM card that originally went to this SIM card holder that went to this.
Do you want to just use this 6S frame?
What frame is that?
I
I've
don't
already
know.
started on this one.
Okay.
I just want to find
Okay.
just find a
Okay.
that matches. That's all I gotta find. I'm sure we got one somewhere.
Alright, I'm going to do one more attempt while holding the power connector down to the board. I don't know if maybe it's coming loose and there's a point where it needs power from the power supply. And then we'll do, we'll pull a NAND. We'll look and see what it looks like underneath. And then we'll try another chip. I got one more 128 gig NAND. So, I got a bunch of 16 gig NANDs. Beep 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 beep. Do 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 do. This exciting stream going on today. What the fuck? Why did the phone just turn off and turn back on? And it's in the middle of extracting software. Alright. iPhone cannot be restored. Device cannot be found. Well, that was stupid. It just disconnected in the middle of recovery. So try that again. It's not silent this time? What does that mean? I'm unmuted, aren't I? Yeah, I'm not muted. Do 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 do. Let's make sure that this is read correctly too. G5 UH. Nope, still same error. Still the same error. Alright, so let's pull this NAND off. We will try a different one. I think the thing that I'm more concerned about with these is overheating the EEPROM chip or PMIC or something like that. Like that bothers me more than the NAND being fucked up or something. I mean, the way it looks, it was making solid contact. All the pads had solder on them, so maybe my NAND's just fucked. Who knows? Let's see. I mean, it had to be making contact with them. We got a little fucking bit of shit right here, though. I didn't notice that. We got some underfill that was under there. I wonder if that was causing an issue. Let's reread this NAND and see what it says. I'll reball it again too. Long's long rock band video. Kapton tape off everything around NAND. Yeah, we're actually still waiting on our Kapton tape to come in. We ordered it like a month ago, and I've contacted. Yeah, it still reads the NAND. Let's read it. Make sure it reads the information off of it. Yeah, it reads the NAND just fine. So I'm gonna try reballing it again. We'll clean our pads on the board here a little more, and it did have on one of these pads under it, this one right here that looks kind of weird. Let's see where that would sit. So it would have been this pad. I'm going to look and see what this pad is. If that's NC or if that's used. Because it makes me wonder if maybe that was causing problem. Alright, so that's a AP data line straight to NAND. It had some underfill stuck in between it, so maybe we had an issue there. I'm gonna clean it up and then reball and retry it, just for the fuck of it. This is all experimenting right now anyway, so. But any type of like odd issue like that, makes me think that it could cause issues. Like, these lines seem to be very sensitive to any type of disruption, so well, it would make sense. I mean, they're data lines, so they're going to be highly susceptible to any type of disruption. Solder braid gets warm. Alright, so that's cleaned. About died. We almost died. Alright, so let's clean this up again. We'll try to make sure it's as spotless as we can get it. I mean, it's smooth. I don't have any real lifted areas there. It's pretty consistent. Let's see if our NAND is maybe warped or something. That happens sometimes. It's just the heat. No, it's flat. So let's wick our NAND now. Okay, so see on the bottom of the chip here, we've got some like random shit. I don't want that. Let's wick again. Okay, pads are wicked. I'm also going to reread the NAND after I reball it, just to make sure that everything's still there. Alex is here, but baby smooth. Yeah, I've been doing pre-mades now too on the NANDs. This one's still giving me problems though. It's making me sad. Making me sad. Makes me a sad panda. Alright, so that chip is cleaned very well. Got a little bit there and one there, but should be plenty clean. Errors have been error 9, error 4014, and error 2003. I've replaced Tristar to make sure that it wasn't causing any issues. But we seem to be more consistent on error 4014. If that's the case, the NAND itself could be bad. I've got other ones though, so we'll swap it out if that's the problem. I got one more 128 NAND here, so we can try that one. But I don't want to give up on this one just yet. Okay, so let's put some flux down. Nice thin even layer. This also kind of helps keep the stencil in place, I've noticed, because the flux creates kind of a vacuum to the board. Alright, so we'll start with our 45s first. Hopefully I won't dump it all over the board like I did earlier. Need to clean my tweezers. They've got some flux on them, evidently, because they are sticking like crazy. Let's clean these off. No, you're not too late. We're still going, still going. Let's see, if you reball, reinstall, and errors, pull, read. If it errors, immediately replace. It wasn't erroring immediately. It gets to the point where it's ready to install the firmware. Like, it gets to the loading bar and then it errors out. What's confusing me is it's giving me an error 9 every now and then. So error 9 is usually just a data line connection problem and not a faulty NAND. If I keep moving my stencil around here. I don't know, I need to get an IP box. They allow you to actually read the NAND and tell, like, if it's faulty or not. It's confusing though. I would think that if the NAND reads the serial and is programmable, I wouldn't think that it's bad to the point that it couldn't restore. Maybe if there's bad sectors, it might get like partially through the restore and fail or something, but I wouldn't think it would just stop the restore altogether immediately. Unless it's like the first few blocks are bad. Alright, so got those placed. Let's get our tweezers into place. Turn our airspeed down. Okay. We'll let it cool some. Our stencil flexed quite a bit there. Those are all reballed though. I've had a lot of these error and it be from the solder connections, I think. Alright, this should be enough solder balls to place here. Wish there was a cheap source for NANDs. It seems like all of them are just really expensive. At least for the larger sizes. I mean, you can buy the 16 gig NANDs for nothing. Okay, let that cool for a second, then move down here. Alright. Solder paste just doesn't give you a very even reball. That's why I kind of switched over to the pre-mades for this. I still use paste on like the PMIC and Touch ICs and stuff like that, but for this stuff it just has to be really consistent, so I try to avoid paste on this now. I did paste for a while and it worked on a few, but just not consistent enough, I don't think. Alright, so we'll let that cool a little bit, and then I'm going to clean it up. So we're reballed there. I almost feel like the center pad should almost be 50s instead of 45s, but those larger pads probably flatten out quite a bit when they melt anyway. Alright, so let's pop this back in and read it. Make sure that it's read. It reads the size. It's reading the information now. It reads the NAND. All the information is still correct. I will reread the old one. I'm going to clean it up real quick. And I'm going to reread the old NAND to make sure that the information does match completely. I want to make sure that we don't have any issues there. I don't think it would cause an error this soon. I think it causes issues when you try to activate it. Like, I think it'll restore with a different serial, but then when you go through the setup process to activate, it won't activate. Okay. Read the NAND here. Yeah, it's correct, so it matches up. Alright, so we will retry. Try again. If first you don't succeed, try it again. If you don't succeed, try it some more until you want to pull your hair out. And then break the board in half and walk away. PC 3000? No, I really want to get it, but fuck. The pricing just kills me. Like, to get everything that you really need, you're gonna have to spend like $10,000.
What's that?
For the PC 3000 system.
What's that?
The hard drive recovery. I really need to get the flash recovery one. I'm gonna actually need to contact them today and see how much just the flash recovery module is, because I've got some micro SD cards that I need to read, and they would be helpful for that. Alright, so I'm going to try to kind of press this down into place so it feels like it's seated, at least on the pads. Alright, so retry this reflow. Fucking phone's going nuts because it's been off for a day. Put it on fucking silent. Alright, so reflow this again. Alright. So that first placement, it slid way off. I'm not sure why. I think the coin pushed it, but I pushed it back and it went back into place. Hopefully it's hopefully I don't have to reball it again. I may have to though. Alright, so let's see what happens now. I'm gonna go grab a 6+ battery. Actually, it's right here. Make it a little easier instead of using DC power supply. Alright. Recovery mode, restore and update. So we try again. If we started doing this on a regular basis, it'd be really cool to get some mini pogo pins and make a custom test jig to press fit between the NAND board before reballing it. Our flag, they actually make little strips. Let me find them real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna open a new window. So they make these little strips here. See if this image is high enough quality. Okay, yeah, you can see it. So I'll switch over to this image. I make these little strip pieces that you can get to do that, pretty much. It doesn't have pogo pins, but it has a little soldered down vias that you can, or through hole. One with pogo pins would be cool because then you wouldn't have to solder to the pads at all, but I've been thinking about buying those. You can actually buy them and then just solder the NAND and then fold it, like tape across, fold this down and tape it down into place. Alright, so let's see if this restore fails. I don't have a good feeling about this one, but we'll see. Huh? No, it shifted way off, and I had to push it back. Nope, still same error. 4014 still, so either the NAND's bad or I've screwed the board, so I'm gonna try a different NAND. Oh, one second. Can you help her?
Hey there.
That looks good underneath, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's try programming this one.
What's your pin?
Hold on. I have to look at it. It's
Okay.
like the way I have it. 2580, I believe.
That was it.
Okay, good.
This one's reprogrammed now. We'll clean this one up. Clean it up, clean it up. This is a different NAND, so. Hopefully I have better luck. If it airs out again, I'm gonna guess that it's probably a board issue that I've caused somehow. Possibly EEPROM or something like that is messed up. It's a Wi-Fi driver there.
I can see Wi-Fi networks. It's just running really slow. I'm trying to get it to. Go down with DNC connection over there.
Alright, so time to revolve this one. Alright, 45s again. What? What?
Touch ID again.
Oh, do we? Sweet. How'd that work?
I think it was the long. I think
Long
the screen
flex?
I think that's why you get that screen so cheap.
Oh, did you put another screen on it?
Yeah, I put another screen on.
Dang, Micah, you're gonna owe me lots of money.
Or you lost some money. You're putting it together on.
I know, but you gotta pay for the screen.
I know.
Ain't free, bro.
I know they're not free. How much would you gonna charge for it?
Whatever it costs to refurb it. Because the other screen's good.
Yeah.
So whatever Seth charges is on the refurb. Just right on that one, long flex needs replaced.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to work on this. It's just running crazy slow.
Run a cleanup on it and see what's going on. Or open task manager and see why it's running so slow. Couldn't do that again if I wanted to. Drop those on the board, they all fill perfectly into holes.
drive scaling.
Why?
100% hard drive use.
What Windows is it?
Windows 10.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's failing. What's eating all the processing up?
Let's see. There's nothing really running. Just AVG.
That's probably it. Hello.
I wanted to check on my iPad. I brought it in on Friday.
Let me see which one it was. Did you work on?
Oh, yeah, I think I got it.
Yeah, it's done, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I tried calling.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think we got all the iPads caught up, so it should be done.
No, we're not caught up on iPads.
Well, other than the place, isn't it?
No. We got another one for another guy. Started to take apart. And I ended up doing his first.
Alright, we'll go grab it.
It's not letting me kill AMTECH.
You had him?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Thank you. What's your writing mask?
It's supposed to be
Tungsten, isn't it?
Tungsten, yeah.
Okay. It's cool.
Well, thanks.
I like the sheen to it.
Yeah. Well, it didn't usually look like that. A lot of workman's.
Okay.
What was that? Was
4, I believe.
Yeah. Alright, total's gonna be $71.20.
Most stock to leave a penny. Take a penny out of that.
We do a big up in here. Are those balls a standard size for Tristar and NAND? They're NAND preset, but not Tristar.
There you go, sir.
Thanks.
Not a
And
problem.
do you have an estimate off the top of your head? If we have 2 older laptops that have both crashed, how
Okay.
much would it be to see if we can pull any data off of them?
Data recovery per would be 55.
55? Okay. Thank you guys very much.
No problem.
You'll have a great day.
You too. Alright, let's see here. I'll clean this one more time. The Tristar lid is most likely 0.20 millimeter. These are all 0.45, 0.60. So they're much larger. Alright. I'm not even going to wick the board. I'm going to leave that little bit of solder there just to maybe promote adhesion. Fingers crossed that it works. Okay. Right about there is where it's going to be. What up? Plus the chassis.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
No white lines. Stop working.
It just stops. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Oh, that's Hillary's. I was like, why is there a piece of mail here for Hillary?
Oh. It's stuff that went to my parents.
Okay. It's no big deal. Boba, tough hit. You really see the connections now because it's off the board a little more. Alright, so retry again. If it fails this time, I'm just gonna say that it's probably a board issue that I've caused and suck it up and move on. I got a touch IC to do. Alright, so iTunes sees it. Recovery mode, restore and update. What are you doing with the computer?
Installing the seed thing.
Did you uninstall IVG?
I didn't install it, I killed it.
Is it running better?
It's running better now, yeah.
Just get rid of it.
Just get rid of AVG.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
And install Malwarebytes.
Okay. It could have been there's just a big update from well, it's still one they installed from Apple for iTunes.
Yeah.
So that might be doing some stuff too. Let me uninstall this AVG part.
Please don't disconnect. Oh, it might be working. I think it's working. Please. Please. Please work. Don't disconnect. Please. Yes. It's restoring.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Please make it through restore. Alright. We have taken a big step forward now. We have... It is starting to restore. We're not out of the woods yet, but we've made a big step forward. Alright, now it's a waiting process for it to finish. I hope it makes it more. It's going to get all the way to the baseband section and it's going to air out. What do you think my luck is, Micah?
That is your luck.
You think I get the baseband and then give me a -1? Really? Did not know that. He said that there was a virus that was a day 0 day exploit that prevented him from running any programs of any type. But he learned if he renamed exe files to .com, it would run.
What?
That's pretty cool. Malwarebytes now has one that will run in BIOS pretty much.
What's it called? Had that forever. But
Yeah.
now they went to crap. Who was that?
Is it McAfee?
No.
Norton?
No. It wasn't one of the big ones.
Kaspersky?
No. Man, what was the name of it? I used to use it all the time. I forget the name of it. It was free.
Oh, Malwarebytes has one that'll load in BIOS. What? Did I piss somebody off? Evidently I pissed somebody off.
What do you mean?
Did you get all her info backed up off that Toshiba?
Yeah.
Is it restored yet or no?
No, I didn't know. I tried calling her to find out what she wanted me to
Okay,
do.
she just missed me.
But yeah, it's all backed up.
Alright, let's see who I've made, man. Oh, shit.
What?
This guy on the forums.
It is pretty. Look out.
Slowest restore ever. Yeah. Scott said waiting for iTunes to update is like Chinese water torture. I agree with that. This guy got so mad. The one that asked if somebody would do a NAND upgrade and if it doesn't work that they need to buy him a new phone.
That's ridiculous.
He replied back and said, "Don't be a smart-ass homeboy. I didn't ask for your stupid shit. Profit for what? These things are cheap to buy and it's my damned phone." And then he said, somebody replied back and said that Lauren and Chris are really good repair people. They probably are right if you're asking for something like this. He said, "I don't give a damn. This fool could have been more respectful than being a smartass. What I want done is the same if someone had their car fixed by a mechanic and he broke something." He said, "And he tell you, I don't know what to tell you. It's broke. I'm not fixing it. Respect is respect, and he's not getting it from me. Best thing for him to do is to don't even bother." I said, laugh out loud, you make stupid requests, you'll get shit back. I said, sorry that you don't like that shops aren't going to do a difficult upgrade and then replace your board if it doesn't work. I said also, hey mechanic, I want a V8 upgraded in my Honda Fit, and if it doesn't work, you're going to buy me a new car.
Or I want to keep stock internals, but I want you to put a big turbo in
Yeah, pretty much.
there. And nitrous.
I want you to put this giant turbo in my car, and if it blows up, you're going to replace my car. No, thank you.
Once we remove the knock sensor too. Just leave that out there. Take out of the equation.
And this is painstaking watching this thing do a upgrade. I just know it's gonna get to the baseband and be like, -1, sorry, baseband's bad.
There, now it's moving out faster. Alright, what's your pin again?
Pinnigan.
Pinnigan. Pinnigan.com. We'll finish installed AVG
AVG. Loves JVC Nano Station. Yeah, the JVCs are nice. They're just expensive as fuck. JVC's like, for a decent one, it's like $1,000. I mean, I haven't been this. JVC carries more thermal mass, so if you're running into really big issues with like your iron can't break through ground plane like on MacBook boards, maybe, but in these situations on iPhones, you won't ever need a JVC. There's nothing on these boards that stops my large tip Hakko from messing up. Alright, now let's go into the NAND part. Or not the NAND, the baseband part. Not as many JVC resellers, so you pay a premium each time you need new tips, yeah. Somerset, Kentucky, Mark? That's not too far away if you're in Somerset, Kentucky. Oh man, this is taking forever. Hopefully it doesn't complain about the home button not being connected. Well, that's cool. Somerset's not too far away. You're near Lake Cumberland. I've been there in forever. Restoring iPhone firmware. I hope I don't have to redo all this if the home button won't pair. That'll kind of suck. Hello. Come for you. Let's see here.
It wasn't bad, because I put it back in the case and I'm doing funny things in the case. So,
Is it?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's just the pressure on the screen. It just keeps
Maybe. Is it typing random things?
random things, opening up things. I pushed at the bottom and it, opens something
Yeah.
at the top. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
it's got
seems
that
like-
big crack up the front.
Yeah.
That's a
Usually what that's doing is pressing on the digitizer, causing some weird problems.
weird thing.
Mm-hmm. Get you fill out a form for me and we'll get it fixed for you. Should take about 20 minutes.
Just when you fill this out, I've had it done before here.
Yeah, it's just so we have a paperwork on it. In case you leave, we know whose it is.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Almost done. I just now got ADD.
Or do you want to do this one? Okay. I was saying, are you done with the other phone?
No. Oh, well, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Jesus, this is taking forever. Restore, please.
I'm gonna walk back out because I've got a sleeping kid.
Okay.
And then I'll just sit there for about 10 minutes. I'll come back and take it. Thank you.
All right, no problem. He's almost got the computer ready, so. It seems to be connecting to Wi-Fi okay,
Yeah, it connects to Wi-Fi.
but it's just running kind of slow. I think one of the virus scans was just eating up memory for some reason, so we'll put a better one on there, so hopefully it won't be so much of an issue.
Was the screen good?
Huh?
Did you look at the screen?
Digitizer's broken on it, I think.
The LCD screen.
Hey, reset. Now let's see if it shows back up in iTunes. Let's put a SIM card in it. Do you have a SIM tray for that phone?
No.
You don't?
I probably got one laying around somewhere, but
Let me see if this 6 Plus or 6S one will work.
No, I don't know if they will.
Well, the frame's not the same. It should read. We'll wait for it to... It's showing up in iTunes now, so that's good. We'll see if it actually reads it. And we'll go through the setup here. We want to set this up as a new phone. Continue. See what it does. Get started. Boom. There we go. 128 gig NAND. Somebody's random phone number. Please don't call that, people. We'll go ahead and eject that so you all can't fucking mess with these people. We're gonna unplug it and plug it back in. Make sure that there's no iCloud account on it. This will be the true test. No SIM card installed. Please insert to activate. Okay. SIM card is entered. This took like 4 times longer than it should have. Alright, doesn't have iCloud. Shouldn't. Nope, cool. No iCloud settings. And we now have a 128GB iPhone 6 Plus. Alright guys, I'm going to take a break for a second and then I'll be back on. We'll do a 6 Plus Touch IC, and then I've got some other random things we're going to do. We still have some NANDs to do on iPads too, so I'll probably do those on stream. But thanks for watching, and I will see you all in a little bit.